Our world is a spectacular place. It's filled with the most incredible creatures you can imagine, from the vast sun-baked plains of Africa to the deep blue oceans of the Philippines, from the icy wilderness of Alaska to lush, steaming jungles. Every corner of our planet has its own unique cast of animal superstars. These animals have developed amazing ways to survive. They have special skills and features that make them perfectly suited to their homes. They're masters of their environment, whether that means hunting, hiding, or simply finding a meal. This is a journey to meet some of them. We'll explore their lives and the challenges they face every single day. We're going to explore some of the most exciting habitats on Earth. We'll start in the heart of Africa, a continent teeming with iconic wildlife. Think of the ground shaking under the feet of a massive elephant. Picture a lioness moving silently through the tall grass. Imagine a giraffe reaching for leaves high in the treetops. These animals are more than just beautiful. They're a vital part of a complex system. Each one has a job to do. Each one helps keep the balance of nature. Their world is a tough place, a constant battle for survival, and we have so much to learn from them. We'll dive into the warm tropical waters surrounding the thousands of islands of the Philippines. This place is a treasure chest of marine life. It's home to the biggest fish in the sea and some of the smallest, most venomous creatures known to science. The coral reefs here are like busy cities, full of color and activity. Then we'll travel to the other side of the world, to the rugged, cold landscapes of Alaska. Here, mighty bears rule the rivers and mysterious whales swim through the icy seas. Every place is different, but they all share one thing: amazing animals fighting to survive. This is more than just a tour of the world's greatest wildlife. It's also a look at the serious problems these animals are facing. Their homes are changing. The climate is getting warmer. Pollution is spoiling their land and water. Humans are making it harder for them to live. Understanding these animals means understanding their struggles. It's a story of incredible strength and resilience, but it's also a story that needs our help. Let's get started and meet these incredible residents of our wild planet. It's going to be an epic expedition. Our journey begins in the heart of Africa, where the land stretches endlessly beneath a golden sun, and every creature plays a role in shaping this wild domain. Kruger National Park, a vast sanctuary in South Africa, is a living tapestry of life. Here, the savannah pulses with the movement of countless animals, each one a thread in the intricate fabric of the ecosystem. In this realm, size is a force of nature. Towering above all, the African elephant reigns as the largest land animal on Earth, a true titan whose presence is felt in every corner of the savannah. Adult males can tip the scales at over 6 tons, more than 3 cars combined. Their sheer mass is matched only by their influence on the landscape. Elephants are the master engineers of the wild. With every step, they reshape their world, toppling trees, clearing pathways, and opening up the dense bush to let sunlight reach the ground. These open spaces become havens for new grasses, attracting herds of antelope, zebra, and other grazers. The elephant's appetite for change creates opportunities for life to flourish in their wake. When drought grips the land, elephants use their powerful trunks and tusks to dig deep into dry riverbeds, unearthing hidden springs. These life-giving wells quench the thirst of countless animals, from the smallest birds to the largest predators. At the heart of every herd is the matriarch, a wise, experienced female whose memory guides her family across the shifting landscape. She recalls the locations of water holes, safe passages, and ancient migration routes, passing this knowledge to the next generation. Elephants communicate through a symphony of low rumbles and gentle touches. These deep sounds travel for miles beneath the earth, carrying messages of warning, reunion, and reassurance. Sensitive feet pick up these vibrations, allowing distant herds to stay connected across the vastness of the savannah. Their social bonds are as strong as their physical might. Their thick, wrinkled skin is a marvel of adaptation. Dust and mud baths serve as natural armor, shielding them from the relentless sun and biting insects. Elephants are not just survivors, They are keystone species, shaping the land for all who share it. Their actions ripple through the ecosystem, supporting a web of life that stretches from the smallest insect to the tallest giraffe. In the rolling hills, another architect emerges, the rhinoceros. Solitary and ancient, these creatures are living relics, their forms unchanged for millennia. Though their eyesight is poor, rhinos rely on a keen sense of smell and acute hearing to navigate their world. Like elephants, they relish mud baths, coating their thick hides in a protective layer that cools and shields them from parasites. The rhino's horn, made of keratin, is both its signature and its curse. Coveted by poachers, this remarkable feature has driven these giants to the brink of extinction. Despite their formidable size and strength, rhinos are among the most endangered animals on the planet, their future uncertain in a world that covets their horns. Male rhinos are fiercely territorial, marking their domain with piles of dung known as middens. These serve as olfactory signposts, broadcasting messages about identity, health, and readiness to mate. Each midden is a library of scents, a silent archive that helps rhinos avoid conflict and find potential mates, maintaining the delicate balance of their solitary lives. And then, rising above the treetops, the giraffe, the tallest mammal on Earth. Nearly 20 feet from hoof to head, giraffes are living skyscrapers, perfectly adapted to browse the highest leaves of the acacia. Their powerful hearts pump blood up those long necks, defying gravity with every beat. Gentle and graceful, giraffes are the quiet sentinels of the plains, their unique design a testament to nature's ingenuity. In this wild kingdom, elephants, rhinos, and giraffes are the true engineers and architects, shaping, sustaining, and transforming the land for all who call it home. Africa's rivers and waterholes are the lifeblood of the savannah, drawing in a dazzling array of wildlife. Here, the drama of survival unfolds daily as predators and prey converge at the water's edge. But beneath the tranquil surface, these waters conceal some of the most formidable creatures on the continent. Along the banks of the Letaba River, the air is thick with anticipation. Every animal that approaches the water does so with caution, aware of the dangers lurking just out of sight. The Nile crocodile, a master of stealth, lies motionless in the shallows, its mottled skin blending seamlessly with the muddy riverbed. This ancient predator has changed little since the age of the dinosaurs, its armored body and powerful tail perfectly adapted for ambush. Crocodiles are patient hunters, waiting for hours, sometimes days, barely moving, conserving energy for the perfect moment to strike. With only their eyes and nostrils exposed, they remain almost invisible, watching every ripple and movement on the surface. When an unsuspecting antelope or bird bends to drink, the crocodile erupts from the water in a burst of raw power, jaws snapping shut with lightning speed. Its bite is among the strongest in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bone and immobilizing even large prey in an instant. On land or in water, the crocodile is a formidable force, its movements slow and deliberate, yet always ready to explode into action. Some Nile crocodiles reach lengths of 20 feet and tip the scales at over 1,500 pounds, making them the largest reptiles in Africa. After a successful hunt, the crocodile drags its catch underwater, where a unique valve in its heart allows it to send highly acidic blood to its stomach. This adaptation enables it to digest not just flesh, but also bones, hooves, and horns, leaving little behind. By targeting the sick, the weak, and the unwary, crocodiles help maintain the balance of the river ecosystem, acting as nature's cleanup crew. Their presence curbs the spread of disease and ensures that only the fittest survive, keeping the river teeming with life. Though their appearance is fearsome, crocodiles are an essential thread in the intricate tapestry of river life. Sharing these waters is another giant, the hippopotamus, a creature as imposing as it is enigmatic. By day, hippos cluster together in the cool embrace of the river, their massive bodies almost entirely submerged. This behavior isn't for pleasure, it's a vital strategy to shield their sensitive skin from the relentless African sun. Their skin secretes a unique reddish fluid, often called blood sweat. Though it's neither blood nor sweat, this oily substance acts as a natural sunscreen and antibiotic, protecting hippos from sunburn and infection in the harsh environment. A fully grown hippo can weigh up to 4,000 pounds, its bulk supported by short, powerful legs. Despite their plant-based diet, hippos are among the most aggressive animals in Africa, quick to defend their territory with surprising speed. Their warning displays are unmistakable: wide yawns, splashing, and deep bellows that echo across the water. As dusk falls, hippos emerge from the water, their immense forms moving silently across the floodplain. Under the cover of darkness, they travel miles in search of fresh grass, consuming up to 88 pounds in a single night. In the water, hippos are fiercely territorial, especially males, who patrol their stretch of river with unwavering vigilance. Violent clashes erupt between rivals, with jaws wide open and teeth bared in displays of dominance. A hippo's mouth can gape over 150 degrees, revealing tusk-like canines that can reach 20 inches in length. These formidable teeth are not just for show, they are deadly weapons in battles for dominance. When two males clash, the water churns with their power, and the victor claims the right to rule his stretch of river. Despite their calm, almost serene appearance, hippos are unpredictable and command respect from all who share their domain. In the wild heart of Africa, both crocodile and hippo reign supreme, each a living testament to the power and complexity of river life. As the first golden rays of sunlight spill across the African savannah, a vast and ancient landscape awakens. Here, every day is a relentless contest for survival, where the line between hunter and hunted is drawn and redrawn with every heartbeat. At the pinnacle of this wild hierarchy stands the lion, a symbol of power and unity. Unlike any other big cat, lions thrive in social groups known as prides, where bonds are forged through grooming, play, and the shared responsibilities of survival. The lionesses, sleek and focused, move as one through the whispering grass. Their teamwork is a marvel of nature, each step calculated, each movement silent, as they close in on their quarry with patience and precision. With eyes that pierce the dim light of dawn, the lionesses orchestrate ambushes on prey that dwarf them in size: buffalo, zebra, and wildebeest. Their vision, 6 times more sensitive to darkness than a human's, gives them a formidable edge in the twilight hours. When the moment comes, a lion can explode into action, reaching speeds of 50 miles per hour in a blur of muscle and determination. While the lionesses hunt, the males patrol the boundaries, their presence a warning to intruders and a shield for the pride. The male's mane, thick and imposing, is more than a crown. It's armor, protecting his neck in brutal clashes with rivals. Each scar tells a story of battles fought to defend family and territory. Yet even for these apex predators, success is never guaranteed. Most hunts end in exhaustion and empty bellies, with only a quarter of attempts resulting in a meal. Every victory is hard-won, every meal a lifeline. When the pride does bring down prey, the feast is a moment of unity and relief, the air filled with the sounds of contentment and the scent of fresh grass and blood. But the savannah is not ruled by lions alone. The spotted hyena, often misunderstood, is both a cunning scavenger and a formidable hunter. In the cool hours before dawn, hyena clans set out, their eerie calls echoing across the plains. Female-led clans, sometimes numbering over 80, use relentless stamina to pursue prey over vast distances. Their powerful jaws can shatter bones, allowing them to access nutrients few others can reach. Among the endless waves of grass, herds of zebra roam, restless, ever vigilant. Their journey is a constant search for water and fresh grazing, their stripes rippling in the heat haze. Each zebra's stripes are as unique as a fingerprint, a living barcode. Scientists believe these patterns may confuse predators, regulate body temperature, and even deter biting insects. When danger strikes, a herd in motion becomes a dizzying blur of stripes, making it nearly impossible for a predator to single out one target. The stripes may also help keep the relentless tsetse flies at bay. As they graze, zebras trim the grasslands, shaping the ecosystem and paving the way for countless other species to thrive. Looming in the tall grass, the Cape buffalo is a force to be reckoned with. Weighing nearly a ton, these giants move in herds that can stretch to the horizon, their horns gleaming in the sun. Their reputation for unpredictability and aggression is well earned. When threatened, the herd becomes a wall of muscle and horn, ready to defend its own with explosive force. If a lion dares to attack, the buffalo rally together, charging as one to drive off the predators. Sometimes the hunted become the hunters, and the savannah's balance shifts once more. From the clever baboons foraging in the trees to the chattering vervet monkeys and the mighty buffalo below, every creature is both hunter and hunted in its own way. The African savanna is a living tapestry, woven from the stories of predator and prey, where every animal from the smallest insect to the largest mammal plays a vital role in the eternal dance of survival. Section 5. The Philippine Seas. A universe beneath the waves. Journey with me to the heart of the Pacific, where the Philippines emerges as a scattered constellation of over 7,600 islands, each surrounded by a world teeming with life. Beneath these sunlit waves lies a hidden universe, a realm where the true treasures of the archipelago are revealed in dazzling color and astonishing diversity. The Verde Island Passage, often called the center of marine biodiversity, is a living tapestry woven from thousands of species, many found nowhere else on Earth. Here, the variety of life is staggering. Brilliant angelfish, elusive pipefish, and clouds of anthias swirl above the corals, each playing a role in this intricate ecosystem. Nearly 9% of the planet's coral reefs are found in these waters, forming vast underwater cities that pulse with energy and life. These reefs are constructed by tiny coral polyps, whose limestone skeletons create the very foundation of this bustling metropolis, sheltering countless species in their labyrinthine architecture. Every crevice and overhang offers sanctuary. Shy crustaceans, curious cephalopods, and dazzling nudibranchs find refuge in the coral's embrace. Among the most awe-inspiring inhabitants is the whale shark, a gentle giant that drifts through the deep, its presence both majestic and serene. Despite its name, the whale shark is not a whale, but the largest fish on the planet, adorned with a mosaic of spots and stripes unique to each individual. Reaching lengths of up to 40 feet and weighing more than 44,000 pounds, it dwarfs nearly every other creature in the sea. Its size rivals that of a school bus, yet its movements are slow and deliberate, a peaceful presence in the vast blue. This colossal fish is a filter feeder, relying on the ocean's smallest inhabitants for sustenance. With its 5-foot-wide mouth agape, it glides through the water, drawing in thousands of gallons with each pass. Specialized gill rakers filter out plankton, fish eggs, and tiny crustaceans, sustaining this gentle behemoth on a diet of the ocean's smallest life forms. To witness a whale shark drifting silently through the sun-dappled water is to glimpse the poetry of the ocean in motion. Each movement stirs up a flurry of plankton, a reminder of the delicate balance that sustains this underwater world. As the whale shark vanishes into the depths, the reef returns to its daily rhythm, alive with countless other wonders. In the shallows, the dugong, a rare and elusive marine mammal, grazes quietly among the seagrass beds. Sometimes called the sea cow, the dugong is a gentle herbivore, perfectly adapted to a life spent feeding on underwater meadows. Its bristled lips pluck tender shoots from the sandy bottom, leaving behind neat trails in the swaying grass. Seagrass is its favorite meal, and these meadows are vital nurseries for countless marine species. As the dugong grazes, it helps maintain the health of the seagrass, ensuring these underwater pastures remain vibrant and full of life. In this way, the dugong acts as the gardener of the sea, shaping the landscape for generations of marine creatures. The meadows they tend become havens for juvenile fish, crustaceans and invertebrates, each dependent on the balance maintained by these gentle giants. The dugong's slow, peaceful movements embody the serenity of this underwater world, a living symbol of harmony in the sea. The Philippine seas are also home to giants of another kind, the invertebrates, like the ancient and massive giant clam. These clams can live for more than a century, their shells growing to over 4 feet in length and weighing upwards of 440 pounds. Their immense size and vivid colors make them living jewels of the reef, quietly filtering water and providing shelter for smaller creatures. Inside their tissues, a partnership flourishes. Microscopic algae live within the clam, harnessing sunlight to create food through photosynthesis. The algae receive protection and nutrients, while the clam benefits from the energy the algae produce, a perfect example of nature's intricate collaborations. From the world's largest fish to the ancient giant clam, the Philippine seas are a living showcase of marine marvels, a delicate, interconnected universe beneath the waves where every creature, great and small, plays a vital part in the endless dance of life. The coral reefs of the Philippines are not just beautiful, they are also full of secrets and dangers. Hiding among the corals, you might find one of the deadliest animals in the ocean, the blue-ringed octopus. This octopus is tiny, often no bigger than a golf ball. It usually has brown, mottled skin that helps it blend in with its surroundings. But when it feels threatened, it changes instantly. Its body turns bright yellow, and about 60 brilliant blue rings flash across its skin. This is a clear warning sign. Stay away. This tiny octopus carries a neurotoxin that is many times more powerful than cyanide. There is no antidote. This vibrant coral city is also a playground for masters of camouflage. One of the most incredible examples is the pygmy seahorse. This animal is unbelievably small, only about 0.8 inches long. It spends its entire adult life on a single type of coral called a Muricella gorgonian sea fan. Its body has the exact same color and bumpy texture as the coral it lives on. It is so perfectly camouflaged that it was only discovered by scientists when a piece of this coral was being examined in a laboratory. This tiny, delicate creature is a true phantom of the reef, almost impossible to spot in its natural home. The diversity of life here is staggering. There are over 300 species of coral and more than 800 species of fish in the Verde Island Passage alone. Every nook and cranny is filled with life. Brightly coloured clownfish dart in and out of the stinging tentacles of anemones. Moray eels poke their heads out from rocky crevices, waiting for a meal to swim by. Sea turtles glide gracefully over the reef top, searching for sponges and jellyfish to eat. This complex web of life depends entirely on the health of the coral. The coral provides the foundation for this entire community, but this underwater paradise is fragile. The animals that live here have evolved over millions of years to thrive in these specific conditions. The pygmy seahorse depends on its single type of coral. The clownfish needs its anemone. The dugong needs its seagrass. If these habitats are damaged or disappear, the animals that rely on them will disappear too. The vibrant colors and hidden dangers of the reef are all part of a delicate balance. It is a balance that is beautiful, complex, and in desperate need of protection from the threats that are closing in. Among the masters of disguise is the scorpion fish, a predator that blends seamlessly with the reef. With a sudden strike, it captures unsuspecting prey, showcasing the deadly efficiency of its camouflage. The stonefish, another master of disguise, lies in wait, nearly invisible among the rocks and coral. Its venomous spines are a lethal defense mechanism, making it one of the most dangerous fish in the ocean. The mimic octopus takes camouflage to another level, imitating the shapes and behaviors of other marine animals to avoid predators. It can transform into a lionfish, a flatfish, or even a sea snake, adapting its appearance to suit the situation. The leaf scorpionfish sways with the current, perfectly mimicking a drifting piece of seaweed. This disguise allows it to ambush prey with deadly precision. The coral kingdom is a realm of beauty and danger, where every creature has adapted to survive in a complex and ever-changing environment. As night falls, the coral polyps extend their tentacles to feed, a reminder of the intricate and delicate balance that sustains this underwater world. Under the moonlight, bioluminescent organisms glow, adding a magical touch to this hidden world. These glowing creatures are a testament to the wonders of the coral kingdom, a place where beauty and danger coexist in perfect harmony. Far from the sun-drenched plains and humid jungles, Alaska stretches out in a breathtaking expanse of ice, rock, and forest. Here, the land is sculpted by ancient glaciers and battered by relentless winds, creating a world where only the most resilient can endure. Towering mountains rise like frozen fortresses above endless forests, while rivers, locked in ice for much of the year, carve their way through the wilderness. Every element here is a test of survival. In this harsh environment, animals have evolved extraordinary adaptations. Each species is a master of endurance, shaped by the unforgiving cold and the scarcity of food. Alaska shelters nearly all of America's brown bears, giants that roam the forests and riverbanks, their presence a symbol of raw power and survival. These colossal creatures, with their immense strength and keen senses, are built to dominate this land. Their thick fur and formidable claws are tools for both hunting and protection. A fully grown male can tip the scales at 1,500 pounds, towering over the landscape as a living testament to nature's engineering. When the rivers thaw, bears gather in anticipation. The annual salmon run is a spectacle of life and death, as bears compete for the rich bounty that will sustain them through the long, dark winter. In a single day, a bear may consume up to 90 pounds of fish, storing vital fat reserves for the months of hibernation ahead. As winter descends, these bears retreat to dens carved deep into the earth, insulated by snow and silence. Their bodies slow, surviving on the energy stored during the fleeting summer. Their dense fur and thick layers of fat are more than protection, they are lifelines, allowing the bears to sleep through months of darkness and cold. But the rhythm of this ancient cycle is shifting. The seasons grow unpredictable, and the land itself is changing. Winters are shorter, thaws come earlier, and glaciers retreat year by year. The balance that sustained generations of wildlife is under threat. Bears sometimes awaken before the land is ready to feed them, forced to search for nourishment in a world still locked in winter's grip. With little to eat, they must rely on every instinct and adaptation, scouring the wilderness for anything that might sustain them until the world thaws. The fate of these magnificent animals is tied to the fate of their frozen realm, a kingdom of ice, sky, and silence. In the open tundra, a sudden flash of white signals another survivor. The snowy owl, ghostly and silent as it sweeps across the endless snow. With piercing eyes and feathers that blend seamlessly into the landscape, the snowy owl is a master of stealth and precision. Unlike its nocturnal cousins, the snowy owl hunts by day, an adaptation to the Arctic's endless summer sunlight. Here the sun may never set for weeks, painting the tundra in perpetual light and challenging every creature to adapt. The snowy owl's survival depends on its skill as a hunter, preying mostly on lemmings, small, elusive rodents that thrive beneath the snow. When lemming numbers are high, the owls flourish, raising broods of chicks. But when the cycle turns, hunger returns to the tundra. The warming climate disrupts the snow cover that lemmings rely on for shelter and breeding, unraveling the delicate web of life. As snow patterns shift, lemming populations falter, and the owls must search farther and harder for every meal. Beneath the ice, another icon glides through the frigid waters, the beluga whale, perfectly adapted to life in the Arctic seas. These striking white whales are famed for their complex songs, filling the water with a symphony of clicks, whistles, and chirps. Using echolocation, belugas navigate the labyrinth of shifting ice and hunt for fish in the dark, silty depths. But the Arctic is growing louder. The hum of engines and the churn of propellers now echo through once silent seas. As sea ice vanishes, ships venture deeper into the Arctic, bringing noise and disturbance to these ancient migration routes. The cacophony can mask the belugas' calls, making it harder for them to find each other and navigate the shifting seascape. Changing ice patterns force the whales to alter their ancient routes, challenging their ability to survive in a world transformed, from the mighty brown bear to the silent, snowy owl and the ethereal beluga. Each is a living emblem of Alaska's wild heart. In this land of extremes, survival is a daily battle. Alaska's icons endure, adapting to a world in flux, their stories written in snow, ice, and the endless northern sky. Across the world's wild places, a silent tension lingers in the air. We have witnessed the majesty of creatures perfectly sculpted by evolution, each one a masterpiece of survival, each one a vital thread in the tapestry of life. Their adaptations are extraordinary. Fur that vanishes into the grass, scales that shimmer like sunlight on water, feathers that mimic the shadows of leaves. Yet, even the most ingenious camouflage cannot hide them from the gathering storm. The world is changing in ways these animals cannot predict. The light dims, the air thickens, and uncertainty creeps across the land. For many, the struggle to survive grows harder with each passing season. Their homes shrink, their food grows scarce, and the balance that sustained them for millennia teeters on the edge. The dangers they face are relentless: droughts that parch the land, rivers that run dry, and grasslands that wither beneath a relentless sun. Predators and prey alike are forced into desperate measures, their ancient rhythms disrupted by a world out of balance. The rhino, once armored and invincible, now bears the scars of a world that no longer offers sanctuary. Its horn, a symbol of strength, is now a memory. Elephants, the gentle giants of the plains, wander through silent graveyards, their family bonds shattered, their wisdom fading with each lost matriarch. The lion's kingdom is shrinking. Once their roars echoed across endless grasslands. Now only a few remain, their voices growing fainter with every dusk. In the vastness, their numbers dwindle. 20,000, perhaps a few more. Each pride a fragile remnant of a once mighty dynasty. Their roars, once a chorus of power, now fade into the silence of the night. In the Philippines, the shadows close in just as tightly. The rarest of birds and the smallest of primates cling to the last fragments of their ancient forests. Beneath the waves, coral reefs burst with color and life, a world as intricate as any forest, as fragile as spun glass. But as the oceans warm, these vibrant cities begin to fade. Bleaching sweeps across the reefs, draining them of color, leaving only ghostly skeletons behind. The coral, once alive with symbiotic algae, is left bone-white, starving, vulnerable, and exposed. Life clings on, but the reef's heartbeat grows faint. The survivors drift through a world that is slowly slipping away. In the Verde Island Passage, over 40% of the reefs have already lost their color, their future uncertain. The ocean, once a realm of endless blue, is now littered with drifting shadows, plastic that never disappears, winding its way through every current. Along the coasts, plastic gathers in silent heaps, choking the life from rivers and mangroves, smothering the nurseries of the sea. Each year, billions of pounds of plastic find their way into the ocean, a tide that never ebbs. For the creatures of the sea, these shadows are deadly. entangling, choking, and poisoning the very waters they call home. In the forests, the green canopy is torn away, replaced by emptiness. The songs of birds are silenced, the rustle of leaves replaced by the hush of loss. Where once there was endless green, now there is only memory. The forest's guardians, its eagles, its monkeys, its secretive cats, are left with nowhere to hide. The land itself bears the scars, millions of acres lost, the wounds growing deeper each year. Each tree felled is a home lost, a future stolen from the creatures that once thrived in its shade. The animals wander, searching for shelter, for food, for hope, finding only emptiness where life once flourished. In Africa, the wild is hemmed in by invisible lines, habitats shrinking, ancient migrations blocked, the freedom of the plains replaced by uncertainty. The old ways are disrupted. Animals and people now share uneasy borders, and every encounter is a test of survival. In the far north, the ice itself is vanishing. The world's cold heart is melting, reshaping the lives of every creature that depends on its frozen embrace. The polar bear, ruler of the ice, now faces a world of uncertainty, each step a search for solid ground, each hunt a race against time. The whales and seals, the narwhals and foxes, all must adapt or vanish as the ice recedes. The numbers tell a stark story. Populations falling, habitats shrinking, the odds stacked higher with every passing year. The IUCN, the world's sentinel for wildlife, marks more and more species as threatened, endangered, or lost. The whale shark, gentle giant of the sea, now swims in waters that grow emptier each year. The dugong, once abundant, now grazes in silence, its future as fragile as the seagrass it depends on. The pygmy seahorse, master of disguise, finds its home disappearing, its camouflage no match for a world stripped of color. We are living through a time of loss. Species vanishing before our eyes, the world's diversity unraveling thread by thread. The actions of the world have set these changes in motion, pushing countless species closer to the edge, their ancient journeys interrupted, their destinies uncertain. The animals we have met are not just images on a screen, they are sentient, aware and enduring. Each one a story of resilience and hope. They are real, and they are fighting for their lives in a world that is shifting beneath their feet, faster than they can adapt, deeper than they can imagine. The shadows are closing in, but their struggle continues, written in every footprint, every call, every heartbeat that echoes through the wild. The wild is at a crossroads, its future uncertain, yet the first rays of dawn bring a promise that all is not lost. Across vast savannas, life stirs as ancient rhythms continue. Lionesses scan the horizon, ever vigilant, while herds move in silent harmony, each animal a thread in the intricate tapestry of the wild. Elephants carve trails through tangled forests, their memories mapping the land for generations. Rhinos, armored and resolute, find sanctuary in hidden glades, their presence a testament to resilience. The chase unfolds on open plains. Cheetahs flash across the grass, while wildebeest surge through rivers, driven by instinct and the promise of survival. In the hush of dusk, lion cubs tumble in the grass, learning the ways of the wild. Giraffes stretch toward the last rays of sun, their silhouettes painting the sky with grace. Far from the savannah, rainforests breathe beneath emerald canopies, their secrets hidden in the mist. Mountain valleys echo with the calls of unseen creatures, each one vital to the balance of life. Jaguars slip through shadows along riverbanks, while tapirs wade quietly, shaping the land with every step. Beneath the waves, coral reefs burst with color and life. Sea turtles glide above gardens of anemones, ancient mariners in a world of perpetual motion. Whale sharks drift through blue depths, gentle giants filtering life from the sea. Manta rays soar in silent ballet, their wings casting shadows on the ocean floor. In the far north, eagles ride the wind above icy peaks while wolves cross the tundra, their tracks a fleeting signature on the snow. Rivers wind through jungles, lifelines for countless species. Parrots burst from the canopy in a riot of colour, their calls echoing through the green cathedral. Even the smallest guardians play their part. Bees and butterflies dance among wildflowers, pollinating the future with every delicate landing. Ancient trees stand as silent witnesses, their roots entwined with the memory of ages. Moss creeps over stones, marking the passage of time in places untouched by human hands. In clear streams, otters play and salmon leap, their journeys a testament to persistence and the cycles of renewal. The wild endures through determination and unity. The lioness's gaze is unwavering, the elephant's trumpets a call to remember what is at stake. Hope is found in renewal, rain falling on thirsty ground, seeds breaking through soil, life returning where once there was none. Wetlands teem with life, a sanctuary for migratory birds whose journeys span continents, connecting distant worlds through the pulse of nature. Every footprint, every web spun in the dawn is a story of survival and adaptation, a reminder that the wild is both fragile and fierce. Storms sweep across the land, cleansing and renewing. Rainbows arch above the wilderness, symbols of hope and the promise of continuity. The wild leaves its mark in subtle ways, a paw print in the sand, stripes vanishing into grass, the quiet persistence of life. As night falls, the wild transforms. Eyes gleam in the darkness, fireflies spark among the shadows, and the ancient chorus of the wild begins anew. The cycle continues, each dawn a new beginning, each dusk a promise kept. The guardians of the wild are not only the great predators, but every creature that calls these places home. The future of the wild depends on the strength of mothers guiding their young, on the wisdom passed from one generation to the next. The wild endures in silence and in storm, in the quiet flow of rivers and the distant rumble of thunder. As darkness falls, the lioness moves with purpose. The elephants cross in unity, each step a testament to survival, each moment a chapter in the story of the wild. Their eyes reflect the untamed spirit of the earth, their movements the heartbeat of a world that still holds wonders untold. The wild speaks in echoes and fading tracks, its stories written in wind and rain, waiting for those who will listen. We must become the voices that answer, the guardians who stand watch, ensuring that the wild song is never silenced. Let us strive so that for generations to come, the ground will still tremble with the footsteps of giants. The oceans will remain a sanctuary for gentle titans, and the wild places of our planet will continue to brim with wonder, mystery, and life. This is the legacy we are called to protect. The wild endures, let us be its guardians. Gap 2s. In the heart of the wild, survival is not just a battle of strength or speed. It is a masterpiece of adaptation, carved by millennia of trial and transformation. Here, every creature is a testament to nature's ingenuity, each one bearing unique traits honed to perfection by the relentless demands of their world. On windswept deserts, the fennec fox emerges as dusk falls, its oversized ears radiating heat and catching the faintest rustle beneath the sand. With silent steps, it navigates a landscape of extremes, its pale fur blending seamlessly into the moonlit dunes, eyes reflecting 1,000 generations of nocturnal wisdom. In the frozen silence of the Arctic, the ptarmigan sheds its summer feathers for a cloak of white vanishing against the snow. Its feet, feathered and broad, become snowshoes, allowing it to cross the drifts in search of hidden shoots. Each season brings a transformation, each molt a shield against the shifting threats of the tundra. Deep within the rainforest, the glass frog clings to the underside of a leaf, its translucent skin revealing the rhythm of its beating heart. Invisible to predators, it remains a silent observer of the rain's endless dance, its delicate form a marvel of camouflage and fragility. Beneath the waves, the mimic octopus glides over the sea floor, a living illusionist. With a ripple of muscle and pigment, it becomes a lionfish, a sea snake, or a flatfish, adapting its shape and color to confuse, deter, or escape. Each transformation is instantaneous, a living testament to the power of innovation in the struggle for survival. High in the Andean peaks, the vizcacha flattens itself among the rocks, its fur a patchwork of stone and shadow. It remains motionless for hours, evading the keen eyes of soaring eagles. Adaptation is its armor, patience its shield. In the depths of the Namib Desert, the fog-basking beetle climbs a dune before dawn. It raises its body to the breeze, collecting droplets of moisture on its shell. Each precious bead of water slides toward its mouth, life distilled from the air, a miracle of adaptation in a world of scarcity. Across every continent, adaptation writes the story of survival in 1,000 forms. Some creatures shrink with the dry season, others change color, shape, or even the chemistry of their blood to endure. The pangolin's armored scales, the star-nosed mole's sensitive tentacles, the kangaroo rat's waterless existence, each is a chapter in nature's endless experiment. As the sun sets and the chorus of the wild rises once more, it is the art of adaptation that ensures life's persistence. The world's survivors are not always the strongest or the fiercest, but those who master the art of change. In every corner of the wild, adaptation is the secret thread that weaves together the tapestry of existence, a reminder that, in nature, survival belongs to the most ingenious. Across the wilderness, the art of adaptation takes on a remarkable form, the creation of homes. Each animal architect, guided by instinct and necessity, crafts shelters that are as unique as the creatures themselves, structures that tell the story of survival, protection, and ingenuity. In the tangled mangroves, the mudskipper rises with the tide. It carves winding burrows in the silty banks, chambers that hold precious air and shield its body from the relentless sun. These tunnels, sculpted by fins and mouths, become sanctuaries, safe zones where eggs are laid and rivals are kept at bay until the next high tide. Deep in the heart of the savannah, the sociable weaver begins its lifelong construction. With a beak full of grass, it weaves one strand at a time, joining a community of hundreds. Their collective nest, suspended from acacia branches, is a marvel of engineering, housing generations, offering warmth on icy nights, and repelling predators with a fortress of thorns and woven walls. Beneath the forest floor, the leaf-cutter ant colony hums with silent purpose. Workers march in endless lines, carrying fragments of green. Underground, they cultivate gardens of fungus, their true food, within chambers kept at perfect humidity. Tunnels twist and spiral, air flows regulated by carefully placed vents, all designed to sustain millions of lives in perfect balance. On the riverbank, the beaver sculpts the landscape itself. With powerful jaws and tireless labor, it fells trees and shapes dams that slow the current, flooding forests and creating new wetlands. These watery fortresses, lodges built from branches and mud, are havens for families, insulated against the cold and protected from prowling predators. In the canopy, the harvest mouse weaves a cradle of grass, suspended like a tiny hammock among the reeds. Each strand is chosen with care, knotted and looped, forming a sphere that sways in the wind, safe from flooding rains and ground-bound hunters. From the coral engineers of the reef, building limestone cities, to the termites whose towering mounds rise above the savannah, animal homes are more than shelters. They are monuments to adaptation. Every burrow, nest, and lodge is shaped by environment, climate, and the needs of its maker, a living blueprint for survival. In the wild, home is never just a place. It is a masterpiece of innovation, a sanctuary born from necessity and refined by generations. Through these creations, nature's architects show us that adaptation is not just about the body, but about shaping the world itself, one shelter at a time. In the untamed wild, life is defined by a perpetual dance, a silent contest of skill and instinct between predator and prey. This ancient relationship is not simply a battle for dominance, but a dynamic force that shapes entire ecosystems, driving evolution and adaptation in ways both subtle and spectacular. At the water's edge, a heron stands motionless, its gaze fixed on the silver flicker below. Each muscle is poised in anticipation, while beneath the surface, a school of fish flows as one, shifting shape and direction to confuse their stalker. The heron's patience is legendary. Seconds stretch into minutes, until, in a flash of precision, its beak pierces the water, claiming its prize. The hunt is swift, but the lesson is eternal. Survival favors those who master both stealth and split-second timing. In the tall grasses of the savannah, the impala herd grazes, ever vigilant. Their ears twitch, nostrils flare, and eyes scan the horizon for the faintest ripple of movement. A cheetah crouches low, body coiled like a spring. When she launches, speed and strategy converge. The impala scatter, zigzagging and leaping, each unpredictable turn a calculated response to the predator's pursuit. For every chase, there is a counter. The impala's agility challenges the cheetah's speed, a contest that ensures only the fittest survive. High in the Arctic tundra, the snowy owl glides silently over a sea of white, its keen eyes searching for the subtle twitch of a vole beneath the snow. The owl's wings are engineered for silence, its vision calibrated to the faintest motion. Below, the vole navigates a labyrinth of tunnels, emerging only when shadows pass. This is a world where the quietest footfall and the slightest mistake decide the difference between life and loss. Beneath the twilight canopy, bats swoop and dive in pursuit of moths. The bat's echolocation carves invisible maps through the darkness, while the moths have evolved ears tuned to the bat's calls, triggering last-moment dives and spirals. This nightly aerial ballet pushes both hunter and hunted to greater feats of agility and awareness. Predator and prey exist in a delicate balance, each shaping the other's abilities, behaviors, and destinies. Their interactions ripple outward, influencing populations, habitats, and the very fabric of the wild. In this ongoing dance, there are no villains, only participants in a drama as old as life itself. Through every pursuit and every escape, nature's choreography unfolds, a living testament to the artistry and resilience that define the world's most remarkable creatures. Beneath the surface of the wild, a hidden language weaves through the air, water, and earth, a tapestry of signals, sounds, and gestures that orchestrate life's daily dramas. For animals, communication is more than a means of survival. It is the invisible thread binding communities, forging alliances, and resolving conflict without a single spoken word. In the dense rainforest canopy, a troop of howler monkeys announces its presence at dawn. Their booming calls echo for miles, each note a coded message, staking territory, reuniting the group, or warning of danger. The sound waves ripple through the trees, carrying information that shapes the rhythm of forest life. Beneath the waves, dolphins dance in a ballet of clicks and whistles. Their intricate vocalizations paint sonic portraits, transmitting identity, intent, and even emotion. With a single burst of sound, a mother can summon her calf, a pod can coordinate a hunt, or rivals can settle disputes before escalation. On the African savannah, elephants communicate with rumbles too deep for human ears. These seismic signals travel through the ground, alerting distant family members to water, food, or threats. A matriarch's call can ripple across kilometers, uniting her herd in a silent, synchronized march. In the twilight grasslands, fireflies blink in perfect harmony. Their bioluminescent flashes are love letters written in light as males and females synchronize their patterns in a luminous conversation that brings the night to life. Even in the most unlikely corners, secret signals abound. Bees perform intricate dances on honeycomb, mapping the distance and direction to hidden flowers. Frogs inflate their vocal sacs, each croak a declaration of territory and strength. Wolves harmonize their howls, reinforcing pack bonds and marking their domain. Every chirp, posture, flash and vibration is part of a vast living lexicon, a language without words but rich with meaning. In this world, communication is mastery. Those who listen, interpret and respond with finesse hold the keys to survival and connection. The wild is never truly silent. Its conversations are all around us, waiting to be heard, understood, and marveled at. Across continents and oceans, a silent pulse stirs, an ancient rhythm calling millions to embark on journeys of unimaginable scale. Migration is nature's grand odyssey, a breathtaking display of endurance, instinct, and precision that unfolds across the globe each year. High above the African plains, the sky shimmers with the wings of millions of tiny songbirds. Guided by the stars and the Earth's magnetic fields, they travel thousands of kilometers, weaving invisible highways between continents. Each flap of a wing is a testament to survival, as these fragile travelers brave storms, predators, and exhaustion in pursuit of warmer lands. Beneath the silver surface of the Pacific, humpback whales begin their own epic voyage. These gentle giants navigate across vast, empty oceans, guided by memory and subtle shifts in ocean currents. Their haunting songs echo through the deep, a chorus passed down through generations, mapping migratory routes as old as time itself. On the frozen tundra, caribou herds churn the snow into a living river. Calves barely days old keep pace beside their mothers, crossing icy rivers and dense forests. Their journey is a race against the seasons, as they seek the distant promise of lush, summer grazing grounds. Every step is fraught with peril, wolves, swollen rivers, and bitter cold, but the urge to move is irresistible, a call written in their very bones. Even the smallest creatures answer the call. Monarch butterflies, so delicate they can be toppled by a breeze, embark on a transcontinental trek from Canada to the mountains of Mexico. Their wings, painted in fiery orange and black, flutter through meadows and cities, guided by an internal compass scientists are only beginning to understand. For each migrating species, the journey is a test. Navigation is achieved not with maps or machines, but with senses honed by evolution, reading the sun, the stars, the scent of distant rain. Some rely on ancient landmarks etched into memory. Others sense subtle changes in the Earth's magnetic fields or taste the chemistry of the wind. Yet the rewards are great. Migration unlocks new territories, abundant food, and safe havens for the next generation. It knits together distant ecosystems, spreading seeds and nutrients, shaping landscapes, and sustaining life far beyond the travelers themselves. In the wild, migration is not just movement, it is a marvel of timing, resilience, and connection. Each journey is a living story, written across land, sky, and sea, a testament to the unbreakable bond between animal and earth, and the extraordinary lengths life will go to endure. In the wild, survival isn't just a personal quest, it's a legacy passed from one generation to the next. Nowhere is this more evident than in the extraordinary world of animal parenting. Here, devotion takes on forms as diverse and remarkable as the creatures themselves. High in the towering forests of Southeast Asia, a female orangutan weaves a cradle from leaves and branches, suspended far above the forest floor. For years, she will teach her young everything it needs to know: how to climb, what to eat, and which dangers lurk in the shadows. Her patience is unending, her care meticulous, forging a bond so deep that her child will remember her lessons for a lifetime. In the chill of the Antarctic winter, emperor penguins huddle tightly together, bracing against the relentless wind. Among them, fathers stand in stoic silence, balancing precious eggs on their feet. For weeks they endure hunger and cold, shielding their future offspring from the frozen world outside. When the first chick breaks free, it is welcomed with gentle calls, a promise that against all odds, warmth and safety endure. Beneath the surface of a hidden pond, a tiny poisoned dart frog guards his shimmering clutch of eggs. With astonishing dedication, he transports each tadpole, one by one, on his back to secret pools of water. There, he will feed them with unfertilized eggs, a sacrifice that ensures their survival in a world teeming with threats. In the sprawling African savannah, elephant matriarchs lead their herds with wisdom and care. They protect the youngest calves from predators, teach them the paths to water, and comfort them during times of drought. Their memories are libraries of survival, shared across generations with every careful step. Even the smallest creatures reveal acts of astonishing devotion. The earwig mother, often overlooked, stands guard over her clutch, cleaning and defending her eggs until they hatch. Her vigil is constant, her sacrifice silent but profound. Across the planet, animal parents shape the destiny of their young with acts of courage, ingenuity, and tenderness. Their devotion is woven into the very fabric of life, ensuring that the next generation not only survives, but thrives. In nature's grand story, every parent is a silent hero, an architect of the future whose legacy is carried on the wings, hooves, and paws of those they nurture. Intelligence in the animal kingdom is as diverse and intricate as the creatures themselves. Far beyond mere instinct, countless species demonstrate remarkable problem-solving abilities, memory, and creativity, revealing minds shaped by millions of years of evolution. In the dense forest of New Caledonia, a crow perches quietly, a slender twig clutched in its beak. With astonishing precision, it bends the stick into a hook, using it to extract grubs hidden deep within the bark. This is no accident. New Caledonian crows are renowned tool makers, passing their skills from one generation to the next. Each crafted tool is a testament to innovation, a solution born from both need and ingenuity. Beneath the turquoise waves, an octopus glides across the ocean floor. It pauses, its keen eyes scanning the seabed littered with coconut shells. With dexterous arms, the octopus gathers two halves, assembling them into a protective shelter, a portable fortress against lurking predators. This behavior, observed in the wild, reveals not only foresight but a mind capable of planning and adaptation. On the sunlit savannah, a young elephant approaches a locked gate, blocking its way to a hidden waterhole. After a moment's contemplation, it maneuvers a heavy log, rolling it with its trunk to press the latch open. Elephants' memories are legendary, but it is their ability to reason, empathize, and even mourn their dead that sets them apart as some of the most intelligent creatures on land. Even the smallest brains can harbor grand puzzles. In a vibrant meadow, a bumblebee hovers before a cluster of flowers. Through trial and error, it learns the most efficient route from blossom to blossom, a strategy known as traplining. This mental mapping rivals the navigation skills of larger-brained mammals and birds. In the coral labyrinth, cleaner wrasses engage in complex social negotiations, remembering which client fish they have serviced and who is most likely to return. Their mental agility helps them thrive in a bustling community where trust and reputation are vital currencies. From the rainforest canopy to the ocean's depths, the wild is alive with intelligence, subtle, profound, and endlessly varied. Each act of cunning, innovation, and learning is a reminder. The minds of animals are not so different from our own, shaped by the same forces of survival and adaptation. In the grand tapestry of life, intelligence is nature's silent revolution, a force that propels species forward, one brilliant idea at a time. In the wild, survival is rarely a solitary pursuit. Beneath the surface of apparent competition, extraordinary alliances unfold, proof that the animal kingdom is bound not only by rivalry, but by the silent strength of cooperation. In the heart of the African savannah, a herd of zebras and a tower of giraffes graze side by side. Their partnership is subtle yet profound. Zebras' sharp ears catch distant sounds, while giraffes' towering gaze sweeps the horizon. Together, They form a living early warning system, alert to the faintest hint of danger. When predators approach, panic ripples through both species. An unspoken pact, saving lives with every shared alarm. Below the sun-baked soil, naked mole rats tunnel in perfect synchrony. Each member has a role, diggers, soldiers, and a single queen, working tirelessly in a labyrinthine city. Their seamless coordination keeps the colony cool, safe, and fed. Here, cooperation is the bedrock of survival, and unity is the secret to thriving in a harsh underground world. In the crystalline waters of Indonesia, a giant moray eel emerges from its rocky lair. Nearby, a group of hunting groupers gathers. With a flick of its head, the grouper signals the eel, a coded invitation. Responding, the eel slithers into crevices the grouper cannot reach, flushing out hidden prey. Side by side, hunter and hunter share the spoils, their partnership transcending species boundaries. Above the Arctic tundra, a flock of geese slices through the sky in perfect V formation. Each bird takes a turn at the front, breaking the wind for those behind. This aerial ballet conserves energy, enabling the flock to journey thousands of miles across continents. The rhythm of their flight is a testament to the power of shared effort, a symphony of wings beating in harmony. In the coral reefs, cleaner shrimp perform a delicate dance atop waiting fish. With waving antennae, they beckon clients for a health check, removing parasites with surgical precision. The fish tolerate the shrimp's touch, knowing this collaboration is a matter of life and death. Trust, once earned, is never forgotten in the intricate marketplace of the reef. Cooperation weaves through every ecosystem, a force as ancient as life itself. It is in the synchronized schooling of sardines, the mutual defense of meerkat sentinels, the coordinated hunts of orcas, and the intricate societies of ants and bees. Through unity, animals amplify their strengths, overcome their weaknesses, and carve out niches in worlds both familiar and strange. In the wild, the greatest achievements are seldom solitary. United, creatures of every shape and size reveal a universal truth. Together, they not only survive, they thrive. In the theatre of survival, the wild is both a proving ground and a battleground. But not all battles are won with teeth and claws. Some of nature's most extraordinary victories are fought with defense, not offense. High in the dense canopy, the three-banded armadillo senses danger. With a practiced motion, it folds into a perfect sphere, armor plates interlocking, transforming vulnerable flesh into an impenetrable fortress. Predators circle, probing in vain, defeated not by aggression, but by a masterwork of natural engineering. On the forest floor, the Malaysian exploding ant patrols its territory. Threatened, it contracts its body, rupturing specialized glands. A sticky, toxic secretion bursts forth, ensnaring attackers in a deadly embrace. Here, self-sacrifice defends the colony, each ant a living shield for the next generation. Beneath the waves, the mimic octopus glides across the sandy bottom. With a flicker of color and a ripple of limbs, it transforms, becoming a venomous lionfish, a flatfish, or even a banded sea snake. This shape-shifting spectacle confuses predators, blurring the lines between hunter and hunted, safety and peril. In the arid outback, the thorny devil lizard stands motionless. Its spiny armor deters would-be predators, but a false head on the back of its neck offers a final ruse. When threatened, the lizard bows, presenting the decoy, misleading attackers and buying precious moments to escape. A sudden rustle in the grass reveals a pangolin. When danger looms, it curls into a tight ball, scales overlapping like medieval mail. Each scale is a shield honed by evolution, turning the pangolin into a puzzle predators cannot solve. In the open plains, a herd of muskoxen forms a living barricade. Adults circle the calves, horns outward, a bristling wall of defiance. United, they stand their ground against prowling wolves, their defensive formation as precise as any military maneuver. From chemical warfare to living armor, decoys to deception, Nature's arsenal is vast and endlessly inventive. Each defense tells a story of adaptation, a testament to the creativity born of necessity. In this world, survival is not always about being the strongest, the fastest, or the fiercest. Sometimes it is about being the most prepared, and in the wild, the shield can be just as mighty as the sword. Across the wild expanses of our planet, animals are not just survivors, they are creators, quietly sculpting the very landscapes they call home. In the depths of the African savannah, elephants march with deliberate purpose. Their massive tusks tear at bark and roots, toppling ancient trees. Each fallen giant opens sunlight to the grassy floor, inviting a flush of new growth and transforming dense woodland into vibrant grassland. Here the elephant is not just an inhabitant, but an architect, engineering habitats that nourish countless species. In the wetlands, beavers set to work as dusk falls. Gnawing through saplings, they build intricate dams and lodges, redirecting rivers and flooding meadows. What begins as a single family's shelter becomes a thriving ecosystem. Ponds brimming with fish and frogs, reeds sheltering herons and muskrats, and water purifying slowly through tangled roots. The beaver's construction breathes life into the land, turning quiet streams into bustling wetlands. Beneath tropical forests, leaf-cutter ants embark on tireless journeys, carrying fragments of greenery to their subterranean cities. Deep underground, they cultivate vast fungal gardens, recycling nutrients and aerating the soil. Their hidden labor transforms the earth, nourishing the roots above and shaping the forest's future from below. On coral reefs, tiny parrotfish graze relentlessly on algae, their beak-like teeth scraping at hard coral. With every bite, they break off bits of limestone, passing grains of sand through their bodies. Over centuries, these fragments accumulate, building white sand beaches and keeping the reef alive. Even the smallest mouths can move mountains, one grain at a time. In the Arctic, muskoxen trample deep snow with heavy hooves, clearing patches of lichen for themselves and smaller grazers. Their movements carve pathways through the frozen tundra, shaping the flow of life in a world of ice and wind. From forest to rivers, reefs to tundra, the animal kingdom is a living force, forever shaping and reshaping the habitats around them. Each action leaves a mark, some subtle, others dramatic, but all part of the great, ongoing masterpiece that is the natural world. In the wild, every creature is both artist and artwork, and every landscape tells the story of those who call it home.